and we were definitely not invited, but I was welcomed in and given a tangerine. I'm being handed tangerines all the time in this country. Hello, my name is Blaine. I'm broadcasting to you live from Seoul, South Korea, and I want to talk to you about a couple of things I find fascinating about the city. I've been in Seoul for about 40 days, and I came because I find there's a lot of opportunity in the entertainment industry. Also, I have a very close friend that lives here for over 6 years who's helped me organize my life here. I find Korea is very stimulating. I'm a filmmaker myself, and so I find the place inspiring. There are times when I go into the GS24, which doesn't make much sense to me because there's only 24 hours in a day. I understand that the place is open 24 hours. Where do they get 25 from? And where does a GS stand for? Really curious about that. Anyways, you can go in there and just find endlessly fascinating things there, like cheese on a stick or in some kind of plastic wrap. And I'm very afraid to try it, but I'm very curious. All types of coffees. I've tried a new coffee every day I've been here at the GS25, and I haven't run out of options yet. Korea is a really stimulating place, and I want to talk about 5 things specifically that have piqued my interest. Number 1 is Dongmyung. This is like a flea market, and they're selling clothes, but all scattered out on the ground. So people are ripping through these things. Something that I'm familiar with in Los Angeles, but not to this scale. This is a very large market. It's really interesting stuff going on there. I picked up a couple jackets, a fur jacket. I think it was maybe a coyote at one point, I'm not sure. I think it was owned by a very old Korean woman, maybe from the 60s or something, a very rich old Korean woman. And the interior was all purple velvet, really pretty. I think that it causes too much attention when I wear it out on the street because there's a foreigner, which I'm already drawing attention to myself, and then there's a foreigner wearing a fucking fur coat. I'm sorry, I used the word. At the Dongmyung market, it's overwhelming how much there is to be looking through. Crocodile purses and just weird things. All kinds of treasure is what I like to call it. When I'm traveling and I'm buying things and taking them back home, I call that treasure. That's real treasure to me. So what I ended up doing was, just because I was so overwhelmed, I just jumped into the clothes and started swimming in them. Specifically, this fur coat that I got was only 100,000 won, which is like totally ridiculously low priced, because a coat like this in the US could easily cost 350,000 won. I'm pretty proud of the coat. Number 2, tangerines. I'm being handed tangerines all the time in this country, and I believe it's because of the season. The tangerines are in season right now, so they're very delicious. Recently, I was in Jongro, just wandering around into different galleries and looking at art, and I was having a fantastic time. One place specifically, I went in and they happened to be having a small party in the gallery, and we were definitely not invited, but I was welcomed in and given a tangerine. Another example of a time that I was given a tangerine is when I had got off the wrong exit. I thought I deserve a beer. So at the first bar I saw with good lighting, I went in and the man was laying down like this. And I could tell that he was in no mood to be serving me a beer. So what I did is I went up behind him and started giving him a massage to give him the power to get up and pour me beer. He loved the massage, and he gave me a tangerine. I have no experience from receiving fruit from strangers in America. I'm not 100% sure why Korean people are giving other people tangerines, but I think it's fantastic and it should be adopted by every other country. I think that giving out a tangerine is a beautiful gesture. I think that I'm gonna be giving out tangerines for the rest of my life. Number 3, milk tea flavored cigarettes. I was about 24 years old living in San Francisco. A friend came to Seoul to visit me. He brought back a pack of Africa cigarettes. And I had never tried this before, and I was totally blown away. And since the age of 24, I am now 29, 30 in Korean age. I just can't stop smoking the Africas. I'm a total addict for the Africas. But really recently, a Taiwanese friend of mine came to visit Seoul, and we went out for barbecue, and he was smoking some Korean cigarettes, and they were milk tea flavored. It just never ends, the delicious cigarettes in this country. The milk tea cigarettes are like eating a bar of chocolate. It's a little bit too rich. So it's kind of like you savor it and you have it at certain times. Kind of like a dessert wine. Like maybe I'll have an Africa for breakfast and then milk tea for dessert. They have mojito cigarettes in Japan. It's not as good as in Korea. The cigarettes are much better here. Best in the world. Number 4. nature. There's a ton of nature in this city. Sometimes I'll be walking around a concrete jungle, I'll turn the corner and there's a waterfall. It's happened to me before and my mind is just blown. It's so beautiful, transcendental in the way that it takes you out of the city. I have to film it, I feel, and put it on Instagram. I'm so excited. But other times I'll be taking a walk and the neighbor maps, I'm not good at it. So I'm a little bit stranded out here without Google. I listen to this thing, it tells me to take a walk to an art gallery and it ends up, I'm going up a mountain. And I'm going up a mountain and I'm realizing I'm climbing a mountain today. I don't know, but I guess I'm climbing the mountain today. So I climbed a mountain a couple weeks ago on accident. It was great and it was a beautiful view. I got a lot of good exercise, but I was definitely late for my appointment. Once I was going out to IKEA to buy some bedding. I got on the bus and about 20-30 minutes later, all of a sudden the city, gone. I didn't realize how easy it was and accessible nature was here. It's really beautiful and tried to get out and to see the rest of the country. There's something very interesting for me. I don't know how interesting it might be for other foreigners, but I come from Hollywood, from Los Angeles. I'm a filmmaker and I'm an artist. So what was really interesting to me was to see that every day I take a walk out on the streets of Seoul, I see shooting. I see television shows being made, music videos, films, and it's really exciting for me. It feels like home to me. It feels like Los Angeles. There's a big boom going on here, and it's a very special time to be here in Seoul if you're an artist like I am making film. So, Bong, congratulations on the Palme d'Or for Parasite. It was fantastic. And I look forward to what comes next out of Korea, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Today I talked about the 5 things that I like and was surprised by most in Korea. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, watch again and again and again, comment, share with your friends, and follow me on Instagram at Blaine Fuller. Thank you very much. Have a great day.